Praise be the name of Jesus. Dear friends, the celebration of the Eucharist includes both the stole and the towel. The stole symbolizes union with Christ in the Eucharist, and the towel symbolizes union with humanity by service. Jack was a young, intelligent university student. He had wild long hair, and so many called him a hippie. He was always poorly dressed with his torn t-shirt and jeans. There was a church near his university. The people going to the church were rich and well dressed. One day, Jack walked into this church with his dirty and poor dress. The service had already started and the church was full. Jack walked down the center aisle looking for a seat. People were getting more and more uncomfortable with this dirty boy walking into the church, distracting everyone. When he saw there was no more empty seats, he just sat down on the floor right in front of the priest. No one had ever done that in this church before. By now everyone was upset and distracted. Then a respected old man got up and was walking toward him. People thought he was going to scold the boy and get him out of there. But when he reached the front, something surprising happened. The old man put down his walking stick on the ground and very slowly he sat down on the floor next to this young hippie. He looked at him and smiled. They participated in the Eucharist together. A few more joined them on the floor. They did not want this boy to sit alone and feel unacceptable. Does it not look like a meaningful celebration of the Eucharist? On Maundy Thursday of 1993, while on his deathbed, the Italian bishop Tony Bello, in his last pastoral letter, told his priests, "Be bound by the stole and the towel." The stole symbolizes union with Christ in the Eucharist, and the towel symbolizes union with humanity by service. Today we celebrate the institution of the Eucharist and the priesthood, the feast of the stole and the towel, the feast of love and service. Jesus began his Passover celebration by washing the feet of his disciples. It was a lesson in humble service. Jesus said, "I came to the world not to be served, but to serve." Jesus celebrated the Jewish Passover meal after the second cup of wine. Instead of the lamb, Jesus offered his own body and blood as food and drink under the appearances of bread and wine. Thus he instituted the Holy Eucharist as a sign of his presence with his people. Then he instituted priesthood with the command, "Do this in memory of me." Then he gave us his command of love, "Love one another as I have loved you." This celebration of the Eucharist has evolved through the centuries. The early Jewish Christians celebrated the memorial Last Supper meal on Sundays. This was in the place of the Jewish Sabbath day celebration, which was on Fridays and Saturdays. The early Christian celebration consisted of praising and worshipping God by singing psalms, reading the Old Testament, messianic prophecies, and listening to the teachings of Jesus as explained by an apostle or by an ordained minister. Then there was an offertory procession, bringing to the altar the bread and wine to be consecrated. Each family also brought covered dishes for a shared common meal after the Eucharistic celebration. The institution narrative was said over the bread and wine, and all the participants received the consecrated bread and wine, the living body and blood of the crucified and risen Jesus. This is what evolved into the present day Holy Mass in various rites, incorporating various cultural elements of worship and rituals. The meaningful celebration of the Eucharist requires that we wash one another's feet, that is, we serve one another and revere Christ's presence in the other persons. To wash the feet of the others is to love them, to do good to them, and consider others' needs to be as important as our own. It is to forgive others and to let others know we care for them when they feel downtrodden and burdened. May our celebration of the Lord's Passover enable us to live the Eucharist in our lives. Let us proclaim with St. Paul, "The cup of blessing that we bless is a participation in the blood of the Lamb."